So, for those of you who don't know us, Transparency International is the global anti-corruption movement working on the ground with over 100 national chapters around the world to expose and combat corruption. And when we refer to corruption, what we mean is the abuse, illegal or legal, of entrusted power for private gain. So one of the ways that we expose corruption is through research. And one of our flagship research tools is our annual Corruption Perceptions Index. This index is the most widely used indicator of corruption worldwide. The Corruption Perceptions Index scores and ranks countries based on how corrupt their governments are perceived to be by policy analysts and business executives. So why measure perceptions and not corruption itself? Well, corruption is notoriously challenging to measure because corrupt actors are notoriously good at concealing what they're up to. So why should this matter to everybody? It should matter to everybody because corruption undermines democracy. We have seen time and again that when the corrupt get into higher levels of power, they actively undermine our democratic institutions. Every time steps are taken to weaken election integrity and fairness, to protect opaque financial dealings, or undermine the free press, corruption grows and democracy loses. So how are things looking globally according to our 2018 Corruption Perceptions Index? So as you can see from the heat map behind me, not so great. Most of the 180 countries that we've measured are failing to make significant inroads into corruption. But you probably also want to know, how is the United States doing? So things looking, so also not so good. In 2018, the US drops out of the group of top 20 cleanest countries for the first time since 2011. This drop in expert perceptions coincides with a similar loss of public trust in our institutions that has been widely documented by Transparency International and many others. So that's obviously not the direction we want to be going in, right? But here's the good news. What this also tells us is that the majority of Americans see a need for powerful change. And we can seize on that as an opportunity to build the democracy that we want. And the great news is that Unrig is bringing us here to find solutions.